First time I really got involved with art was I had what my mother called a rainy day box. I grew up on a farm near Fish River, and you couldn't go roller skating, and you couldn't go hang out with your friends in the corner. And so we had this rainy day box full of crayons and markers and paper and such. And my mother was also very creative, and so she always kept me interested in drawing and painting and finger painting and making flower salads, just always doing something really interesting. But my first structured course was actually in college. I was involved with theater throughout middle and high school, so I didn't have much time for other instruction. So it wasn't until my drawing class in college that I really realized that I had something that I could actually really do and enjoy. I take a lot of art courses, and this happened to be from a model, and it's very traditionally structured, working from the model, creating accuracy, its form and balance and texture. And this was done in clay, and this is finished with a patina, a forced patina. Bronze is real expensive for a student, so we create mock bronze pieces in my classroom, and it's done through a series of glazing of waxes and pigments and metal powders to create the mass and the weight of the form. Then the pinch pots, these are some of my favorite pieces. They fit well in your hand, and every person who creates a piece ends up with their own fingerprints and their own palms. And you can see these are all organic shapes, and they're done from pinch pot form glazed pieces, and it's white stoneware that we have sawdust fired to create the black finish. And these are always, some people call them dinosaur eggs, some people call them pods, but they're very individual. None of the other two pieces will ever be alike, and so again, when we get into our solutions of our class, we'll end up with 30 different types of eggs or 30 different types of pods, but they're all very organic, and they all have a nice feel to them. I had one student once told me that they were like pockets of souls. She said she could almost imagine that somebody actually lives inside them and peeks out every now and then through the hole. So these are one of my favorite pieces to do, and I've taken it out of the classroom, honestly, and delved into it myself more because I just love the way that they feel. They all have different types of finishes, real organic, almost animal-like. Lately, I have really gotten into the idea of metals and trying to turn metals into something that is more inviting. People think of metals as cold and real contemporary and lifeless, but metals have a warmth to them. If you hold them long enough, they'll take on the warmth of your hand, and they're not cold anymore. And I like to take the metals and use them like the fabrics and incorporate the stainless steel and the copper and stitching techniques, weaving techniques and punching techniques. And they all, right now, I'm getting into light, and I've taken this into the classroom. I try to take things that I'm interested in into the classroom, and hopefully I'll learn some more through my students. So it's a give and take situation. But the way the light works, with all the crinkles and the pinches and the holes, and these are all set up to be against the wall with light. So they work against the wall, and they take on different types of personality depending on where you place them. This is all done from a stainless steel mesh. My husband has a filtration company, and it's really nice to go through the warehouse and look at all the stainless steel meshes and fabrics and things, and it's just like a big toy ground for me. I'd rather go to a hardware store before I'd ever go to any place else. Again, dealing with the light and beadwork and glass. I like the way light works with my objects, where you put them in front of a window, or whether you backlight them, or that you hang them in mid-air, so you have to walk around them. But I think it's important that you see it from all angles. Even if it's flat, this is going to be viewed from different dimensions. Most of this actually is rolled from a sheet, just like you would buy fabric. The meshes are on big rolls, and you cut it down to size. Same with this. This is the same metal. This may not look the same, but these are both made from the same sheet of copper foil. And this one has just been aged and burnished with a little bit of sulfur to get the pretty bluish gray color. But you start off with an idea, and I like to work with paper first as a template and see how paper folds or see how fabric folds, and then I incorporate that in with my metals. And so you create your form just like you would with any other type of sculpture medium. You just bend and shape and pinch until you get what you really want. And I have gotten into a lot of stitching lately. I guess it's the maternal instincts kicking up in me. But I have done a lot of study of contemporary artist Faith Ringgold. She is known for her story quilts. And I guess this idea of stitching and piecing together parts of her life and piecing together parts of fabric and snippets from things that she has found together to create her work really clicked with me. I've always been a gatherer of things. If I would show you my closets, you would die because they're full of boxes of stuff. Anything in multiples, handfuls of bolts or beads. I love old necklaces you just cut apart and you end up with handfuls of beads. But I've always collected things, and I'm starting to quilt them together in essence with the beads. The beads on this are actually antique Mardi Gras beads from New Orleans. And I couldn't tell you how long I've had them. I've had them probably for about 15 years, and I'm finally starting to incorporate them in my work. And the same thing with this is old, the aluminum wire is actually old wire from our farm where we had electrical fences, and it's just electrical fencing wire that I've hammered straight. And so again, it's the idea of pulling little parts together to create the whole